If you navigate to the globe icon at the bottom of the Zoom screen, you'll be able to choose your language preference, and you will hear translations for your chosen language. We will start with questions from Chinese speaking media. Roxy.
好的，第一个问题想问一下 Faker 选手，为什么第一把选出中单小炮来对位加里奥，是出于什么样的考量呢？
The first question is over to Faker. Could we know the reason for choosing Tristana in game 1? What's the reason behind this choice? Is this because it's a good pick against Galio?
카운터 치기가 좋아 보여가지고 선택을 했었고, 그리고 좀 상황이 뭔가 많이 견제할 수 있을 것 같아서 선택했습니다.
It was because I thought it was a really good counter pick into the opponent's comp, and also it was a really good pick in order to kind of zone out the opponents.
想问一下教练，能预测一下和 RNG 决赛的比分和结果吗？
This question is over to the coach. You're going to meet RNG in the final, so could you make a prediction about the score?
원래는 3대 0 하고 싶었는데 코인 토스 졌기 때문에 3대 1로 하겠습니다.
I wanted to say 3-0, but because we lost the coin toss, it should be, I want to say 3-1.
下一个问题想问一下 Faker 选手，事隔3年再度在 MSI 舞台上完成对 G2 的复仇，感觉怎么样？然后下一个问题是给到 Carrier，你的各种辅助英雄玩都很好，秘诀是什么呢？然后以及如何看待接下来与RNG 下路明和 Gala 的交手？
First question is over to Faker. You were able to take the revenge against G2 after 3 years on the stage of MSI. So how do you feel? And another question is over to Carrier. You were able to play all kinds of support champions so well. So what's the key of this? And you are going to face against RNG's Balling, Ming, and Gala in the grand final. So what's your thoughts towards a Balling matchup?
G2 일단 오늘 드디어 3대 0으로 승리해가지고 기분 좋고, 복수했다고 하는 그런 사실보다는 그냥 승리 자체가 기쁜 것 같습니다.
잘하는 비결은 그냥 열심히 했던 것 같고, 그리고 뭐 갈라 밍 선수와 라인전은 그냥 팀만 좋은 걸 가져간다면 유리하게 할 수 있을 거라고 생각합니다.
Faker answered, I'm happy that we are able to finally 3-0 G2 today, but I'm happy because we won, not only because of the fact that we got the revenge. The victory itself means more to me. And Carrier answered, I think we were able to perform well today. It's because we kind of were able to play what we prepared so hard, and also about the laning phase against Gala and Ming. I think as long as we can get a good pick or stronger pick into their comp, it might be able to have lead against them.
这里是兔玩游戏，首先恭喜 T1 赢下这场比赛。我的问题想给到 Carrier 选手，决赛即将遇到 RNG 的下路组，之前交手的时候，他们给你们带来哪些感受呢？
This question is over to Carrier. Congratulations on getting the win in today's best of 5, and you are going to face against RNG's Balling in the final. So how did it feel to play against RNG's Balling before?
RNG 상대했을 때 말하는 거죠? 이제 내일 RNG랑 하게 돼서 되게 기대되고, 일단 럼블 스테이지에서 RNG랑 2판을 했는데 그냥 뭐 크게 다른 팀이랑 뭐 더 경계해야 되거나 그런 건 딱히 없었던 것 같고, 그냥 저희가 잘하면 충분히 이길 수 있는 팀이라고 생각했습니다.
Yeah, I'm excited to play against RNG tomorrow. And yeah, we played against them twice in the Rumble stage, but there was nothing really special or different about RNG from other teams. So as long as we'll be able to play well, I believe that we could still defeat them.
下一个问题想问一下 Loss 选手，第二把使用了永恩这个英雄，目前你怎么评价这个英雄在上路的强度呢？
This question is over to Zos. In game 2, you played Yunan as a top lane champion. So what's your thoughts about this champion in the top lane?
픽이라고는 생각을 하진 않는데 그냥 상황에 맞으면은 선수의 자신감이나 숙련도에 따라서 쓸만하다고 생각합니다.
I don't think Yone is like an S tier champion, but if he's chosen in the right circumstances and right situation, and also depending on the confidence of a player and also the proficiency of the player, it should be a great pick.
下一个问题想问一下教练，队伍状态在上个阶段不是很稳定，但今天却非常干净利落的赢下了比赛，请问队伍做出了哪些调整呢？
This question is over to coach. The team's performance was not that consistent in the Rumble stage, but today you were able to get the victory in a very clean and smooth way. So what adjustments or adaptations made by the team?
누구한테 하는 질문인가요?
돈 아니었나?
대회를 전체적으로 봤을 때는 저는 뭐 럼블 스테이지에서 패배를 하는 정도는 크게 문제가 없다고 생각을 했기 때문에 선수들에도 비슷하게 말해줬던 것 같아요. 우리는 잘하고 있고 지금 하고 있는 대로 열심히 연습하면 결국 4강 가서는 잘할 수 있다라고 피드백을 해줬습니다.
好的，下一个问题想问一下古马优秀选手，今天3把匣展现了非常好的竞技状态，这段时间你是如何调整自己的？对于明天的比赛有信心吗？
This question is over to Kumayushi. In today's game, you have played Zaya, this champion, 3 times, and you were able to show a very high level of performance. So what kind of adjustments made before today's game? And do you have enough, how much confidence do you have about tomorrow's matchup?
그냥 뭐 솔직히 살짝씩 흔들리는 모습을 보여준 건 맞지만 그냥 결국에는 제 실력을 믿고 나중 가서는 잘할 수 있을 거라고 생각을 했고요. 내일에 대한 자신감은 그냥 개발할 것 같습니다.
말씀 안 돼.
아이고.
그래? 아이고. 어떻게 표현을 해야 될지 모르겠어.
So it is true that, my form was a little bit shaky, but I still had faith in myself. I believed in myself. So
잘 이길 것 같습니다.
I believe that I will do great later on because I trusted my form and performance. So about my confidence tomorrow, I would like to say we're going to just clap them.
好的，最后一个中文问题想问一下 Faker 选手，今年是你职业生涯第9年，也拿过了大满贯，那么现阶段支撑着你一直坚持比赛的动力是什么呢？
This question is over to Faker. This is the 9th year of your career as a pro player, and you won all the titles. So what motivates you through this long journey?
남들에게 좀 지지고 싶지 않은 그런 마음이 가장 큰 것 같고 또 이제 저 자신을 좀 뛰어넘고 싶은 그런 마음이 있어가지고 계속 발전하는 게 제 목표여서 열심히 하고 있습니다.
So I think the biggest part of it is my kind of mindset or my desire being so strong. And I always just never want to lose to others. So I think that's the biggest part. And also I always want to kind of overcome myself. So I'm always working really hard in order to improve myself. So I think that's also a really good motive for me.
Thank you, Chinese media, for the questions. We will now take questions from English-speaking media. Media, please use the Zoom hand raise feature to queue yourself in line, and I will call on you, or feel free to type your question in chat. Question from Sons of KS. This question is for owner and faker. RNG has proven to be a worthy opponent, or maybe the only opponent that could break your team's wings. Does this mean you'll be able to return for the cup in Korea after the past years of results?
RNG도 충분히 강한 팀이지만 저희는 럼블 스테이지에서부터 되게 많은 것들을 배웠고, 그리고 저희가 방심만 하지 않고 큰 실수만 하지 않는다면은 저희가 이번에 우승할 거라고 생각하고 있습니다.
저도 처음 MSI지만 럼블 스테이지부터 저희의 실력을 알기 때문에 충분히 이길 거라고 생각하고 있습니다.
Faker answered, it is true that RNG is a strong team, but at the same time, we learned a lot during the Rumble stage. So as long as we don't let our guards down and also don't make any major mistakes, I think we are going to win the title. And owner answered, yeah, even though this is my first MSI, I'm pretty aware of how good we are starting from the Rumble stage. I know how good our performance is at. So I think it's going to be our victory.
Next question from Cultura Geek. Congratulations on the victory against G2. You came back from a losing streak with this European team, but today you managed to cut that streak and position yourself in the MSI final. How do you prepare for tomorrow's final against one of the few teams that may be able to beat you?
Who is he asking to? Any T1 player?
Any player.
일단 하루밖에 없기 때문에 컨디션 조절 잘하고 내 경기에서 어떤 식으로 좀 약점을 공략할지 이야기하고 준비해서 할 것 같습니다.
So we only have a day or a night to prepare. So I just hope we can come back with the best condition possible for tomorrow. And we are going to have a talk about how we're going to kind of attack on their weakness and punish on Orange's weakness and prepare for the matchup.
Next question from Ashley King at Horizon. A question over to Zeus. This is your first international tournament, and this must be a new experience for you. Also, Impact said in the Rumble stage that he could see that you were nervous. Do you think your nerves have impacted your performance? And did the situation improve in the semifinals because your performance was exceptional today?
일단 2지전에서는 사실 제가 긴장을 했다기보다는 그냥 제 갱플랭크 숙련도가 좀 미스가 있었던 것 같고 사실 그렇게 긴장은 많이 안 했던 것 같고 그래서 오늘도 긴장은 딱히 많이 하지 않아서 그냥 편하게 하니까 네, 좀 게임이 좀 많이 유리해 있어서 그냥 저는 편하게 버스 탄 것 같습니다.
To be honest, I was not feeling nervous in that EG game. It was more about the problem with my GP proficiency and mastery. And yeah, I don't think I was ever nervous so far. And today as well, I was not feeling nervous at all. So I was able to play at ease, feeling a lot comfortable. So, and I realized that my team is having a great lead. So I just got carried by my team today.
Vitor Ventura, Mais Esports.
Hello, my question is for the coach. MSI usually is a champion that's really fast for the teams. You have so little time for prepare to the next match, and tomorrow you guys play the MSI finals. So I want to ask you, how do you plan to use this short amount of time to prepare for a BO5 against RNG? Thank you.
다전제 기간만 놓고 보면 준비 시간이 짧은 것이 맞는데 저희는 이제 그룹 스테이지부터 시작을 해서 대회 전체를 놓고 준비를 해왔기 때문에 지금 남아있는 이제 하루가 채 안 되는 시간으로도 RNG를 상대할 대책을 충분히 세울 수 있을 것으로 생각합니다.
So if you only look at the, time in between the matches, especially during the best of fives, it is true that we don't really have a lot of time to prepare, but at the same time, we kind of prepared the entire MSI as a whole. So I think we were able to have enough time. So because of that, even though we only have less than a day to prepare for tomorrow's best of five finals against RNG, I think we'll have enough time to prepare the strategy to defeat RNG tomorrow.
Final English question from Eddie at Centinela. Question for Faker. We've recently talked about how you took on more of an enabler role for the team, but today you showed you can and will still take the spotlight and lead the team. Was today's play style a personal vendetta against Caps, or was it just a change of pace for the team?
일단 뭐 럼블 스테이지랑 이번 4강전이랑 좀 서로 조합 컨셉도 많이 달랐기 때문에 이번에는 좀 상황상 그런 픽들을 선택해서 그런 역할을 했던 것 같고요. 저희 팀은 이제 또 상황에 따라서 유동적으로 픽이나 플레이 스타일을 좀 유동적으로 바꾸는 편이기 때문에 오늘도 그중 한 부분이었던 것 같습니다.
So I think we only it's mostly just because we kind of played different kind of concept or theme of our draft and comp. So today I was playing those kind of picks because the given situation was kind of making me play those kind of roles. So it's all about the situation and surroundings. So I think T1 has the flexibility to always change their picks and play style depending on the given situation. So today was just part of it.
네, 그럼 이제 한국어 사용 매체 기자님들께 질문을 받도록 하겠습니다. 우선 포머스 김영근 기자님 손들기 기능을 이용해 주신 김영근 기자님께서 질문 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 감독님께 질문 드리겠습니다. 우선 G2전 같은 경우는 어떤 부분에 있어서 상대를 공략하시는 부분을 좀 고려를 하셨던지에 좀 소개를 부탁드리고요. 내일 RNG전 같은 경우도 조금 뭐 이거는 자세히까지는 아니더라도 어느 라인 그리고 어느 상황이 조금 재밌게 진행이 될 것이라고 생각을 하시는지 그 부분에 대한 의견 좀 부탁드리겠습니다.
G2 같은 경우는 아무래도 팀에서 가장 이제 돋보이는 선수인 캡스 선수의 활동 영역을 좁히는 곳에 집중을 했고요. 내일 있을 RNG와의 경기에서는 뱀픽에 따라서 이제 주요 포인트가 달라질 것 같기 때문에 지금은 말씀드리기가 좀 어려울 것 같습니다.
This question was over to Polt. What was the focal point when facing G2 today? And also, can you give us some brief kind of plan facing RNG tomorrow, or like where will be the battlefield for tomorrow? And the answer was, obviously for G2, you know, the most outstanding player Caps was our focal point. So we tried our best to not give him space and kind of limit his area. And also against RNG tomorrow, I think it will all come down to the pick and bend. So the focal point will also change accordingly. So it's really hard to answer that right now.
네, 그럼 다음 질문 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 이포커스 곽도원 기자님 질문입니다. 구마유시 선수에게 하는 질문입니다. 어떻게 보면 두 어드밴티지의 대결이라고 생각합니다. 홈 어드밴티지와 숙소 어드밴티지 중 뭐가 더 유리할 것으로 생각하시는지 궁금합니다.
저는 저희가 유리하다고 생각을 하고요. 그 이유는 이 수많은 관중들의 응원과 함성 소리를 못 듣는 게 되게 불리할 거라 생각합니다.
This question was over to Gumayusi. So I think tomorrow is also a clash between two different advantages. First, T1 having the home advantage, whereas RNG having the team house advantage. So, well, which one do you think is stronger? And Kuma answered, I think we definitely have the edge because, you know, it is a huge disadvantage that you cannot actually hear the huge crowd chanting and supporting you out there.
네, 다음은 페이커 선수께 드리는 질문입니다. 쿠키뉴스 강한결 기자님께서 질문 주셨고요. 승리 축하드립니다. 내일 RNG와 결승에서 맞붙게 됐는데요. 페이커 선수는 그동안 여러 번의 국제대회 다전제에서 RNG를 상대로 패배가 없습니다. 이러한 기록이 내일 경기에는 어떠한 영향을 줄까요?
일단 뭐 저는 크게 신경 쓰지 않지만 RNG 선수들은 굉장히 또 신경을 쓸 것 같고 또 지난 럼블 스테이지에서도 RNG가 긴장하는 모습을 보여줬기 때문에 이번 RNG와의 결승에서 조금은 좋은 어드밴티지가 될 거라고 생각합니다.
This question was over to Faker. You are playing against RNG at finals. You have a lot of experience of playing against them at an international stage final. So do you think that you were never defeated by RNG at any international stage final? So do you think that kind of stat and record can actually affect tomorrow's result? And he answered, I don't really mind that record, but I do believe that RNG will pay attention to it. So, and I could tell that RNG was looking a little bit nervous during the Rumble stage. So I think that's also going to be a good advantage for us.
게임메카 이재호 기자님 질문입니다. 제우스 선수에게 여쭙고 싶습니다. 3세트에서 본인에게 4변이 들어왔을 때의 감흥이 궁금하고 바텀에서 5대1에서 더블킬을 완성했을 때 어떤 느낌이었는지도 알고 싶습니다.
난 상대가 오른을 했기 때문에 할 수 있는 픽은 많다고 생각해서 크게 신경은 안 썼던 것 같고, 그리고 바텀에서는 상대가 좀 많이 올 거를 알고 있었는데 그냥 뭔가 그냥 혹여 그냥 아무도 못 잡고 죽더라도 저희 팀이 뭔가 이득을 볼 수 있을 거라고 생각해서 그냥 과감하게 한번 시도해 봤는데 그게 운 좋게 좀 잘 된 것 같습니다.
This question was over to Zeus. What did you feel when you got 4 target bans in game number 3? And also, how are you feeling when you picked up double kills after fighting 5 opponents by yourself on the bottom lane? And he answered, about the target bans, I wasn't too worried about it because the opponent already picked Ornn. So I thought I had so many options to play. So it didn't really bother me. And about the 1v5 play down on the bottom lane, I actually had that information that a lot of the opponents will be rotating towards bot, but I was thinking that even if I lose that fight, I believe my team can still get a lot of lead. So I wanted to be a little bit more aggressive and turned out really well because I was able to get a little bit lucky.
네, 다음 질문 이어가겠습니다. 국민일보 이다니엘 기자님 질문입니다. 캐리아 선수께 질문이고요. 얼마 전 인터뷰에서 RNG가 T1을 이긴 걸 업셋이라고 표현하셨습니다. 지금도 그 말씀이 유효한지 설명 부탁드리고, 그리고 이지전 패배 후에 다시 장착했다는 위닝 멘탈리티가 오늘 잘 발휘되었는지도 평가해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
아직도 그렇게 생각하고요. 저희가 할 수 있는 경기력만 저희가 원래 가지고 있는 경기력만 보여준다면은 저희가 더 잘한다고 생각하고요, RNG보다. 그리고 이지전 지고 나서 그때 얘기했던 거 오늘도 그냥 그때 이후로 매판마다 다 잘 됐던 것 같아요.
This question was over to Karia. In a previous interview, you mentioned that RNG beating us was an upset. And do you also still believe the same? And also, you mentioned about the fact that you guys kind of learned the winning mentality after losing to EG in the Rumble stage. And do you think that mentality also worked so well today? And he answered, yeah, I still believe that. I still believe the same way because as long as we can kind of show our best performance and all of our potential, we'll be able to beat them and we are better than them. And also about the mentality after, losing to EG. Yeah, I think ever since we lost to EG and kind of learned about the winning mentality, every single game went so well after that.
다음은 열린뉴스통신 김한빈 기자님 질문입니다. 제우스 선수에게 질문합니다. 빈 선수가 어제 미디어데이에서 자신을 2번이나 솔로 킬낸 제우스 선수가 인상 깊다고 대답하셨습니다. 빈 선수와 결승에서 맞상대하는 소감은 어떠신지 궁금합니다.
일단 굉장히 잘하는 선수라고 생각해서 이렇게 높은 위치에서 만난다는 게 저한테 있어서 되게 좋은 기회라고 생각하고, 그리고 서로 좀 멋있는 그런 결투를 했으면 좋겠습니다.
This question was over to Zeus. Bean actually mentioned in yesterday's media day that he was really impressed by Zeus because he got solo killed by him twice. So how are you feeling about facing against him one more time at the finals? And he answered, I also believe that Ben is a great player. He's really talented. So I think it's also a really good opportunity for me to play against such a great player on that kind of a great stage. So I hope we both can have a great match and battle.
네, 다음은 인벤 장민영 기자님 질문입니다. 제우스 선수에게 질문이고요. 사이드라인에서 홀로 2명을 데려가는 장면이 자주 나오던데 그런 침착함은 어디서 나오는 건가요?
그거는 그냥 아마 보통 성장이 좀 잘 돼 있었기 때문에 좀 오히려 좀 손쉬운 상황이어서 좀 침착했었던 것 같습니다.
This question was over to Zeus. How do you always keep yourself so calm whenever you get to face multiple opponents in the side lane? And he answered, most of the times I was really fed and really well scaled. So it was pretty easy situation for me. So I was able to keep the presence of mind.
네, 마지막 질문입니다. 국민일보 이다니아 기자님께서 캐리어 선수에게 하신 질문이고요. 오늘도 다양한 챔피언을 선택했습니다. 결승에서 서포터의 챔피언 폭이 중요한 승부처가 될 것 같은데 어떤 양상을 예상하시는지 궁금합니다.
그냥 갈라 밍 선수가 보통 밍 선수가 이제 플레이메이킹이 되는 챔피언을 잘한다고 생각하고 이제 유틸 챔피언을 잡으면 RNG의 팀 색깔이 무너진다 생각해서 그냥 잘 그거를 생각하면서 잘 준비할 것 같습니다.
This question was over to Keria. You showcased many different champions today as well, and I believe support players champion pool will be also one of the most important factors in the finals. So what do you expect from the finals? And he answered, I think Ming is really good at playmaking picks. So once he kind of plays the utility enchanter kind of support pick, RNG kind of loses their color of play style. So I think we're going to focus on that.
Okay, that's all the time we have for questions today for T1. T1, thank you so much for your time. Media, of course, thank you for your questions. And we will begin with G2 shortly.